Hello, vanakkam. Welcome back to my channel. Konja hefty topic today. I don't know all about it, but what I do know, I would like to share about what is life, what is the meaning of life. I have maybe lived half of my life. I don't know. Maybe we don't know. It may be cut short just tomorrow. We don't know that today. We don't know, but still. Roughly, if you're going by average life expectancy and things, now do half life on the 10 now. What I have learned so far, which may change in the future, but right now, understanding, புரிதல், I would like to share. The meaning of life, like what life is all about. அப்படின்னு நான் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சது சொல்கிறேன். This may not be identical to how you feel. This is a discovery. It's a personal journey. All of us will have our own answers, our own experiences. But I feel like if you are just starting out, there are so many different pathways to explore. So this is one of the pathways. So listen to it. If you feel like you are like aligning with it, if you feel you resonate with it, then you can maybe think along these lines. So this is not something that you can impose on anybody. This is not advice, because obviously how can anybody advise any person on the meaning of life, right? So it's just going to be a talk about my life philosophy as on date. Okay, so I feel like my understanding is life there are three things for me personally. One is my success oriented or productivity oriented things, which basically means that I like to see how far I can push myself and what more I can do. Like எனக்கு ஒரு டாபிக்ல இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருந்தா, what is the best I can do in that? How much can I push myself to achieve the best thing that I can be? I may not be like a Nobel Prize winner or anybody who's achieving like world #1 status, but my personal best எப்படி நான் கொண்டு வர முடியும், and how can I improve it and push it further. So this is an endeavor which how to optimize my life so that I can do everything I want to do. எனக்கு ஒரு bucket list மாதிரி I have things that I wish to accomplish. How do I accomplish those things? How do I keep pushing myself to reach all of these goals? இது என்னோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் அபவுட் லைஃப், பிகாஸ் ஐ ஃபீல் லைக் வி ஹாவ் ஒன்லி ஒன் சான்ஸ் டு லிவ். இப்போது இஃப் ஐ எம் நாட் கோயிங் டு எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் எவ்ரி திங் ஐ வாண்ட் டு டூ, வென் வில் ஐ டூ திஸ்? எனக்கு இதுக்குன்னு ஒரு வாழ்க்கை கிடைக்க போகிறது இல்லை. ஈவன் இஃப் ஐ டூ கெட் அ ரீபர்த் ஒரு ரீஇன்கார்னேஷன், ஐ ஒன்ட் ரிமெம்பர் எனி ஆஃப் திஸ். அப்போ அது ஒரு புது எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸாக இருக்குது. ஒரு க்ளீன் ஸ்லைட்டில் இருந்து தான் ஆரம்பிக்கணும். ஸோ திஸ் பர்டிகுலர் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் எனக்கு ஒரு தடவை தான் கிடைக்குது. ஸோ ஐ ஹாவ் டு கெட் த மேக்ஸிமம் அவுட் ஆஃப் இட். ஸோ ஐ ஃபீல் லைக் தெர் இஸ் திஸ் passion for life, like I want to get so much out of life that I am willing to put in so much into life. So every effort that I put in, it's what I am putting into life to get what life can give me. So I feel like whatever I am giving out, life is mirroring to me. So enoda effort ku life will give me rewards. It may not necessarily be in terms of physical rewards, but it may be in terms of like my growth as a person, which is very important to me, and my success in whatever areas that I am invested in. This is something that I feel like you can maybe, if you are interested in things, push it to the limit. Like do as much as possible. This is the only opportunity you are going to get to explore things. So why settle? Go for the extra mile, go for the very maximum that you can do. So this, in terms of productivity, I feel like this is something that I love to do with my life. I like to push my boundaries. I like to live on the edge of my potential and do as much as possible and improve me in terms of my discipline, my willpower, my productivity, my efficiency. இதெல்லாம் improve பண்ணுறது is an important part of my journey in life. So if you are starting out, I would certainly advise, insofar as I am like what to say, insofar as I am allowed to advise, or like I'm not really a person to advise on anybody else's life journey. Nobody is. But insofar as what I know, if I was talking to my child, I would tell them this: push your limits. Like ஏதோ ஒன்று பண்ணுறதா இருந்தால், do it to the best of your ability. That is being honest to yourself, and that is being honest to your potential. That is something that will definitely feel great, like ஒரு accomplishment whenever we do something, whenever we are productive in any aspect of life. I'm not talking about work or studies alone. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you're going to do something, if you're doing it well, that is its own reward. That is like a huge aspect of living life fully, for me at least. Now, the second aspect of life is, for me, it is the soft life. On the one hand, when you're pushing yourself, on the other hand, we also have to exist with peace and grace. I genuinely believe that an important part of my life journey and anybody's life journey, if they have similar interests, is to find that inner calm. Apo, for me, what I have experienced and what I have learned is, நம்மளோட டிஸ்ட்ராக்டிங் அவுட் சைட் வாய்ஸஸ் நிறைய இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அதிலிருந்து நம்மளை ஹார்ம் பண்ணுறது எடுத்து மாற்றும் போது, the more we subtract from everything that is distracting us, the more peaceful we become within. And the more we understand that the entirety of our happiness lies within us, the less we are dependent on other people's approval, our relationships or recognition or whatever it is. External things அந்த அளவுக்கு இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்காம நம்மளோட இன்சைடில் இன்னர் வேர்ல்ட், when I like to build my inner world. So how I do it is, I imagine that I have a garden inside. Like என்னோட எல்லா தாட்ஸ், மை ஐடியாஸ் இதெல்லாம் என்னோட கார்டன் மாதிரி. டிஸ்ட்ராக்டிங் திங்ஸ் ஆர் லைக் நெகட்டிவ் திங்ஸ் நான் எப்போ உள்ளே கொண்டு வர ஆரம்பித்தாலோ அங்கேயெல்லாம் வந்து டஸ்ட் கார்பேஜ் அண்ட் வீட்ஸ் எல்லாம் நிறைஞ்ச மாதிரியும், இங்கெல்லாம் வந்து when I'm thinking good thoughts, like happy thoughts, beautifying my place, beautifying the space around me, reading a good book, நல்ல ஒரு டீ சாப்பிட்றது, சும்மா உட்காந்து நிம்மதியாக இருக்கிறது, இதெல்லாம் and whatever things that I'm doing which makes me feel that inner peace, இதெல்லாம் என்னோட கார்டன் வந்து பியூட்டிஃபுல் ஆக்கும். When I'm forgiving somebody, when somebody makes a mistake, which is human, like it happens, I make mistakes, you make mistakes, they make mistakes, it's fine. If I'm able to forgive them, that means that I'm planting a beautiful flower in my garden. If I'm moving on from that, like if the love in the relationship is more, like if it's a mother, for example, என்னோட பையன் வந்து ஒரு சின்ன தப்பு பண்ணிட்டான்னா நான் அதை அப்படியே மறந்துடுவேன்ல, இது நான் என்ன கேரி பண்ணிட்டு போகிறேன்னா போகிறேன், ஒன்றும் போக மாட்டேன், விட்டுடுவேன் இல்லை. இந்த மாதிரி டு forgive something, if it is an irrelevant thing, எனக்கு பிடிக்காத ஒரு ஆளாக இருந்தால் கூட, if that thing has no relevance, forgiving that and moving on. And when I draw boundaries, like strong boundaries, எனக்கு harmful இருக்கிற behavior when it happens from somebody, when I cut that person off, or when I make it clear to them that they are not allowed to do this with me, they are not allowed to cross this boundary, you will no longer be in my life if you do this, whatever it is, when it is appropriate for me, whenever I put up that boundary, that is a beautiful flower in my garden. So this is all to build my inner peace. The ultimate aim is eventually to be in a space where I can be fully calm at all times. And when that happens, when that grace and calm is always within me, not just at most of the times, like always, and the calm, deep inner knowing of peace varumbodhu, I feel like emotionally enakku and sustaining that soft life I have reached. And this also includes soft life or other part, like physical manifestation of this is, I like to make my interactions and my spaces beautiful, as beautiful as can be, at least. For me, visually நல்ல ஒரு எஸ்தெட்டிக்ங்கிறது இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டாக இருக்கும். ஸோ மேக்கிங் தேட் ஹேப்பன் இஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் டு மீ. ஃபார் யூ இட் மே பி சம்திங் எல்ஸ், லைக் லிஸ்னிங் டு குட் மியூசிக் மே பி சம்திங் தட் brings you joy, or you may be interested in good smells, having nice scents around you may give you happiness, or whatever it is. So pursue those things, enrich your life, because we get only one life, right? We have to be in the surroundings that we love, and we have to have that grace and softness about our life also. It cannot be all like go 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 go. It also has to be soft and peaceful. So cultivating those aspects of me, and this includes healing my old wounds. Everybody has some trauma wounds, right? You have it, I have it, everyone has it. Like nammaloda maybe chinna vayasilo, or maybe even as grown-ups, we have encountered things that hurt us, that wounded us, that made us feel unsafe. ஸோ அந்த இன்செக்யூரிட்டி எல்லாம் ஹீல் பண்ணிவிட்டு, when I'm taking myself on a healing journey, when I leave my old baggage go, like okay, என்னோட பழைய emotional baggage எல்லாம் போயிடுச்சு, I no longer need you, thank you for your existence, thank you for the lessons you taught me, but I cannot carry you for the rest of my life, so I'm letting you go with thanks. அவ்வளோதான். ஸோ when we move on from these things, that is when our life becomes softer and easier. We don't have to carry all our trauma. We don't. the sooner we let go of all that, the happier we will be. This is another aspect of life for me. And the third and important thing is my spirituality, which is also another important part of me, which is me thinking what is beyond this life. Like, இப்போ இந்த நம்ம பார்க்குற லைஃப் இருக்குல்ல, பார்க்குற லைஃப்பை எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணுற லைஃப், வாட் இஸ் தேர் பியாண்ட் இட்? ஸோ எக்ஸ்ப்ளோரிங் தேட், ரீடிங் மோர் அபவுட் இட், லேர்னிங் மோர் அபவுட் இட் இஸ் ஆல்சோ a part of this journey. It is a very exploratory journey. I don't think anybody has seen the end of it. Maybe some saints or someone have, but not like regular people. So that is an exploratory journey, and that is beautiful. I feel like having something to be curious about, having more things to know, is a pleasure in life. So we tend to understand more, we ask more questions, things we don't know. So we try to explore things which are different from us, things we didn't know about. Idella theriyumbodhu, it makes life even more beautiful. So to just know that we are connected to the larger universe around us, we are not isolated, that also gives me meaning in life. These are just my thoughts on how I approach life as of now. It may change in the future, but right now these are the important aspects of life for me. I'm putting these out because a sister was recently commenting that she wanted to talk about life. And this is my understanding of life. So this is for you, sister, and I hope that this was of some use to you and to anybody else who was kind enough to watch the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.